It's vegan recipes with Pat and Melanie.
Hi, I'm Melanie. Thanks for watching It's Vegan. Today I'm going to show you how to make granola peanut butter cups that are a tasty treat. They're real easy. I don't really like to measure my ingredients, but for the sake of the video I am. We're going to start with 2.5 cups of granola. I like to kind of split it between the old-fashioned oats and the quick oats because quick oats will stick together a little bit better because it's finer. So I already had 1 cup in, that's 2 cups, and that makes 2.5. Then we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of, I have walnuts, you can do peanuts, whatever, really whatever you have around is fine. I'm going to stir those up, and to that we're going to add 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. If you find, again, I don't really like to measure, so I'm just guessing. And you can guess too if it's not sticking together and you need to add more, you can. It's really not a big deal. And I'm also going to add 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. I'm going to mix that all up and then I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. You can see that this is all mixed together. I did end up adding 1 more tablespoon of peanut butter because it just didn't feel like it was going to hold together. So that was 4 total. You can kind of see how yours is and adjust it as necessary. But the next step is you're going to get a mini muffin pan and you need to spray it so that they pop out after you freeze them. Okay, so I have that. And then it's probably going to be easiest if you use a cookie scoop, and you're going to put about a scoop in each one. And I'll show you real quick with one and then I'll hurry up and get them all done. You're going to put one in, and then this is actually a tassie tool to make tassies. You're going to press it down really tight, and you can fill it all the way to the top if you want. Like I might even put a little bit more in there, make it really full. And then I tried to make a little center because we're going to fill that with peanut butter. If you don't have a center and you just kind of layer it, that's fine. Also, if you wanted to add flax meal or chia seeds to it, you could do that too. That would be fine. So you're going to do that for all of those, and I'll be back in a second to show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm back. I have this all pressed down. You really do want to make sure you press them down as hard as you possibly can because you want them to stick together when you're eating them and when you pull them out of the pan as well. And I wanted to mention with the nuts that we added, if you don't have any walnuts or nuts to add, you can also just use chunky peanut butter instead, and that's fine. That's like a little bit of a shortcut. We have peanut butter here. I didn't warm it. It's not melted at all. I put it in an icing bag just so I could quickly kind of do a little squirt in the center of all of these. And after that, they go in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll drizzle with some chocolate. So you can stay tuned to watch. I'm just going to cut a little bit off of the tip. This will be a yummy center. And that was 1/3 cup of peanut butter. And you can see I didn't even use it all, so I probably could have done even 1/4 cup. Okay, while those are finishing up in the freezer, I'm going to get my chocolate ready to melt on top. And I have a double boiler, and I have the chocolate chips, and I put 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and I'm just going to mix them up. This really is the best way to melt chocolate. In a microwave, you're going to risk it burning almost every time, so I just find if you do it right the first time, it saves you time in the long run. Also, I wanted to say that this whole snack is a great alternative to store-bought granola bars, and my kids really have enjoyed them for breakfast, so give them a try. Pull these out of the freezer. I have my melted chocolate and coconut oil. I'm going to pour it into an icing bag just because I think it'll help me drizzle quickly. It's going to come out fast, so I'm only going to cut a small amount off of the tip. And then I'm going to put them back in the freezer, and then we'll pop them out and let you see them. I'm going to show you how to get these out. They just came out from the freezer, and it's easiest if you just use a small knife, and really they kind of just pop right out. You might have to loosen a few. You can see, they're just popping right out. We're here for a taste test with Solomon and Emily, and I also wanted to mention before I forget that you should store them in the fridge. If they're on the counter and it's at all warm, the chocolate's just going to like remelt. So store them in the fridge.
Let's give them a try. They look great.
You might want to eat them over the counter because I think they're going to crumble a little.
Mmm.
I think in general, if you're making a muffin or an oatmeal cup, if you put something sweet on top, it makes the whole thing taste sweeter.
It's the first thing that hits your tongue.
Yep. What do you think?
Okay. Good.
Are they good?
They're
Would you
good.
eat them? Did you eat them for breakfast? You would.
You have
Okay.
to eat them just right and they don't crumble as bad.
It's kind of like the mag wall on American Ninja Warrior. You only have a few seconds before you're eating oatmeal out of your hand.
You just bite down gently and let
Or
it come apart in your mouth.
pop the whole thing in. Just go for the whole thing.
Or go for the whole thing.
Hope you enjoy these as much as we do.
Stick in your mouth.
Might want to do the whole thing at once.
Only fun to eat.
They are fun to eat.